Come back, guys. Oh man, I'm hurting a little bit because I guess I got a little bit too much gas. Like it hurts so much. I suffer from that. Anyways, I'm wearing this scarf because I just showered right now, and then I don't wear jackets when I go outside. But if I get sick, that's it for me. That would have been it. But guys, I think that I'm reaching that new chapter already. I'm pretty positive. Um, I really wasn't. I was consistent with the videos, but not as much as I should have been. But this is one that I'm gonna upload. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. You know what's the problem? Whenever I'm going to upload it, I don't know what I'm gonna call it because I don't know what I spoke about. In the morning time, and I don't upload it that same day. I'll wait a little bit sometimes. But this would be the most important video that I make on this YouTube channel. I would say, because this is the turning point for me. Is a turning point. What I mean by that is that, you know, I got handcuffed. I got stopped by the cops. I had to pay about 1,400, almost 500 for everything that I had to get. I had to pay somebody $600. The guy was being mad stubborn about like his BMW, but it wasn't even that nice. And then what I did to it wasn't even bad at all. You can't even see it. To this day, you can't even see it. He wanted 600, although justified. I could have easily gave somebody 250 to fix it, but there was so much running around that I just said, you know what, let me give you the 600. So that's about 2,000 and change in 3 days. In 3 days, I have court dates, and I also have internal affairs has to reach out to me because the officer put me in handcuffs, and it was something that wasn't supposed to happen that way at all. The officer was way too aggressive. I recorded him while I was parked already. Then he still came up to me and asking me for all my documentation and such. And the sergeant even knows the lieutenant even knows it's wrong. So he's like, yo, please, yo, like, go home, think it over, sleep it off. I'm like, yo, that happened just yesterday. I promise you that I already did what I had to do. I'm here now to make sure that somebody hears me out, just so that he doesn't do it to nobody else. Anyways, that's that. Let me tell you guys though. I'm gonna tell you guys. I already told you guys about how I got handcuffed, the police, and everything. Now I'm gonna tell you guys about my financials and how I'm doing the stock market really well, and I'm about to not be working. Like, that's not a joke. How I'm doing the real estate thing, because my credit just went up way high, right? And I have credit history. I have everything I need. So now it's lit. Like, that's it. Like, I got that from my son. But no, it's over with. That's it. Um, that's it. Like, I'm gonna do flipping, house flipping, which since the beginning of time I should have been doing. There's people out there that I consider, no offense, just slow, like very slow, or I would say the better word would be gullible. Like, they don't think for themselves. They're not as smart, and they don't have common sense either. They don't have common sense, and yet these are the same people that become millionaires eventually, or they get financially wealthy. You know why? Because along with that comes a sense of, oh, let me follow somebody to get where I need to get to. They don't think twice. They just do. And for people like me, we're overthinkers. And it sucks. It sucks. It really does, because we'll overthink and we're like, yeah, but this could happen, that could happen. And I know better now. But all throughout my life lately, for the past year and a half, I've had a sense of regret of not acting on certain things. I own a piece of land in DR. Between me and my mom, we're putting money in for like a few pieces of DR. And, you know, as of right now, we're just going about every single little situation as, okay, we got to save, and whenever we get a large sums of money, we're going to invest it. And it turns out that between all of that, I'm about to get a large sum of money from DR from my grandfather, my late great grandfather. And, you know, beyond that, I'm gonna get. I have my credit fixed. I fixed it myself, and then other things, like just so many other things that are coming together. And it's not. It wasn't until I said, "Yo, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I do every single little thing that I need to do, and I'm gonna do it slowly, but I'm gonna do these things, so that one by one they get done." And I guess I was more intentional about what I was gonna do. I was more intentional. I wasn't just living to live. When you sit down and ask yourself, hey, am I being productive? Am I moving forward? If you'll be surprised what you come up with. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not being productive. And it sucks when you do see it that you're not being productive. But eventually you'll get used to doing that, and you'll come up ahead. And that's what I had to do at some point. I had to say, you know what, like, let me just get more productive. Let me do what I gotta do in order to succeed, because I no longer want to work here. I no longer want to see friends of mine, which I love that they're progressing, but I don't want to, I don't want to fall back. I don't want to fall behind. You know what I mean? And that was just my thing. I don't want to fall behind, and that's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I don't want to fall behind. And it's about time, man. I'm 32. I've been thinking and wishing and doing the research since I was 22. Before that, probably since I was 20. It's been 11, 12 years of, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and never did anything. So it's time. It's time that I get it done now. So that's the plan. That's the plan, guys. To me, I know I rambled a little bit, but to me, this is the video for me. This is the number one video where I express what I have to express, but it's about the last time. Maybe obviously not the last time. As I'm going through my progression, I'll become more and more happy. But here's the thing, yo. If you're watching this video up until now, it's 8 minutes and 38 seconds. You deserve to be free as well. If you need your credit fixed, if you need anything in particular, hit me up. I'm not a joke. It's not a joke. I'm not gonna tell you, yeah, just do whatever you gotta do and figure it out, or pay me, and then I'll show you the letters that I'm gonna send to the credit bureaus and such like that. No. If somehow you watch this video and you hit me up like, yo, I watched this one video that you have, and I watched it all the way up until 8 minutes, then you're gonna get free credit repair from me. And we'll start there. And then after you get the free credit repair, then I have to charge you for everything else. But you're gonna see my life just go more and more up. And if you trust me, I'll take you with me. That's just what it is. But if you somehow watch this video all the way up until 8 minutes, or you find this little piece of video, I got you. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And life is good, man. Just enjoy it. take it step by step. That's the key, taking it step by step, and that's me now. I'm taking everything step by step. I had to pay all that money, man. I was hurting, man. I was hurting for real. And I had to sit back and be like, yo, but it's cool. Like, money goes and comes back and does flips and tricks and all this stuff. It's cool. So I gotta just chill and let it go. That's all I had to do, just let it go. It'll come back. And telling you right now, there's a prop firm that I'm passing. I'm halfway through the prop firm. I had to make 1,500 to yesterday, less than 1,500. I made 2 and change, 2,000, and I had to lose 7 or 6 just to get underneath the 1,500. And now today I have to do about the same, and then that essentially I'm going to pass what is called the combine, so that this prop firm could give me money to trade. But realistically, I don't need a prop firm. I already make money in the stock market. I'm so good at it, you know? So what I will do, like any smart person would do, is that a lot of times the prop firm, they don't want to pay you for whatever reason. They could stop your account for whatever reason. So if you have 50, 30K, they can stop you for whatever reason. I'm not playing around with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my profits, my payouts, and I'm going to invest it into my own live account where I could trade live myself. So I don't deal with people like that, where they can just say out of nowhere, yeah, we're gonna take that. No way. I'm gonna make my money though. I'm gonna make my money. Yeah, I'm gonna make my money, man. It's such a great skill that I learned, and I realized that I'm a pro trader now. I don't scalp. I think that's what it's called. I gotten used to how the stock market moves, so I go in, and I don't typically go in. I only go in at news, and maybe other things, but I don't just go in just because. No. If I see that it's going up, I'll go up with it, and I'll catch it at the right time. If I see that it's going down, and I always wait for confirmations. But that's how simple it is, and nobody can tell me no. This is something that is almost basically, to me, the rules. It's the rule, not the exception. It's the rule, not the exception. If you go and do this every single time, if it's going up, this is like when it just opens at 9:30. If it's going up, and it has 2 candles that show that it's going up, one candle, one long candle, and then another one wants to follow, go up, you buy. If you see a red candle really long down and another one pops up, at the beginning of that one, if it retraces up or whatever, sell. It is essentially, to me, I call that the rule, not the exception. Meaning 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. Now, could it go backwards? Yes. And I still make money on the backwards. I still make money there. You can still make money. So, yeah, man, it's the best thing, man. And then on top of that, what else I got? In the house flipping. If you want to get a regular house, you can, but you're just not gonna get. You're not gonna get much of. How do you say? It's just not that good, I guess. It's not that great right now. The market is 600,000 or more, and you gotta pay interest rates and everything. And you're talking, literally, you're talking $5,000 a month you gotta pay. Meanwhile, somebody, sitting on $1 million house has to pay 1,800 for almost 7 rooms, if not 8 rooms, because they renovated everything. They did everything. Now, the only way you could get in is from foreclosures. That's it. That's the only way to get in, foreclosures. So now, How do you go about it? And I'm gonna just tell you guys, after all the research I did, all the running around, I could tell you with all the confidence in my breath, you have to get a down payment yourself of 20%, and the bank won't give you this. You have to get it. Now, if it's $200,000 house that you can't find, you have to pay 40,000 or so. It's usually 20%, and that's what it is, right? No matter where you are, PA, Pennsylvania, or here, doesn't matter. The company, I'm not gonna give it to you guys. When you guys fix your credit and you guys hit me up, then let me know. Every company requires that 40%. How do you get that 40%? This is me though. This is me. I ask questions, and I'm a firm believer. If you ask, you shall receive. I have to get that tattooed somewhere, because it wasn't until last night I've been talking to this guy, right? And this is what he does, and they show and prove what they're doing, and they're doing that in I'm not gonna tell you guys the location either. You guys gotta pay for that stuff. But the guy's doing it over there. It's in PA, but you could also do it here, because there's a guy that I look up to here that is also doing it here. He's a millionaire. He gets Tesla trucks, the whole nine. And you don't know that I'm talking to him every single day, man. And I'm doing the research. And as I do the research, I go and talk to him. And I had to do the research on how to get the down payment, the 40K, the 60K. And it sucks, man, because why didn't you just like educate me on that, so that I could be more confident about paying you $2,900? Like, you could have easily, you know what I mean? Like, gave me that piece of information. For a lot of times, it's that little bit of information that pushes somebody overboard to buy your product. That's literally it. When you approach somebody with a lot of knowledge of a product, they trust you. And when they trust you, when you tell them, yeah, buy this, they'll buy it from you. And so, I don't know, man, like, these people know what they're doing, but they're not salespeople. So I understand. But yeah, man, I mean, that's all we want to know. How would I get that 20, 40, 60, $80,000 down payment? How would I get that? So at that point, you go and have another professional of yours look at their credit and tell them, okay, you have the credit for it, so let me walk you through all the steps. And this is the only nugget that I'm gonna give you guys. I hit this guy up yesterday and I tell him, listen, my credit went up big time, so why don't I just create a LLC and get the $40,000-$50,000? Because what a lot of people don't understand is that you could do that. You could get a $50,000 credit card from Chase if your credit is okay. And you better believe it. It is very well possible. You use a personal guarantee, which is your own credit. Essentially, how is a bank going to give you this much money if they don't know if you can pay it back or not? Well, they've been seeing you pay, personal money back on your actual personal credit. So why wouldn't they trust you in the business side? And that's basically what happens. They go and they look at your business side with your credit, and they'll approve you off the strength of that credit. And so you get approved. And now, but when you get approved with a business credit card, you don't get approved for a chump change. You get approved for 40, 50K. And it's like, it's up from there. Like, you just follow the directions. They're going to tell you, when you do get this house, whatever, you got to renovate it, right? So any imperfections, you got to put like this plaster or whatever, and then you got to shave it down so it can be smooth. You know how it has those cracks in the walls? You got to shave those off, right? After that, you have to paint everything white, right? White, and have a little bit of hint of black. It makes everything look a lot more elegant. And then you have to have a lot of lighting. I mean a lot of lighting, and it looks gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. We have to have a lot of white lighting. The place will just look elegant. It'll look nice, and this is essentially what you want, right? So that the tenants can be happy. So that when they come in to go evaluate the house, they see a really nice house. I'm talking about the appraisers, and you get more for your money, the most for your money. You go get a hard money lender, which is not good to hold at all. But you no need to worry, by the way, because you go get the down payment to the hard money lender. The hard money lender gives you whatever amount that you need for fixing up the house, whatever it is, and then after that, what they'll do is they'll um they'll also pay for the house completely so that you could own it. Once you have that title, you could then and you have it fixed, then you could then go to the bank and tell the bank, hey, look, I have this house and it's renovated and everything. I want you to do a appraisal on it. So they go and do the appraisal. They say it's 200,000. Let's just, for simple numbers, let's say that they say no, like 200,000. So they could give you 75 to 80%. Every bank is different. So now you grab that money and you pay the hard money lender, no problem. And then you also pay for the down payment that you gave, and then you also pay for the down payment that you gave, and you also pay for the renovations and everything, right? After all of that, after all of that is said and done, you walk away with profit. You walk away with thousands of dollars, right? In your bank account. You're talking 50, 60, 100, 200, 300,000. And trust me, it's very possible. Now, what you do is, with that money, is that you do it again. Now you don't need the harmony lender the next time around. You don't need them. I mean, you can. It makes more sense because you're going to need them at some point, because the purchase of the house and the renovations, right? So you do it again. And you keep doing that until your money really grows. Your cash flow really grows. Now, what you do with that cash flow, the excess cash flow, if I were you, I wouldn't reinvest it immediately, but not here. Me personally, I invested in Dominican Republic because nobody can take that away from me ever. That money's there and nobody's gonna go and take it because they can't. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm invested in not only building but also land, and forget about it. I'll have a mansion within a year for sure. I'll have different mansions in different locations, and I'll go and just buy up. And don't believe that I won't. I literally, in the name of God, I'm gonna buy up a bunch of that land in different locations. And once I do that, once I put enough money down there, I don't care to I don't care to do anything else. The way that you get, but now you owe the bank, by the way. After you did what you did with hard money lender, you paid them back. You paid them back because the other bank grabbed the loan, and now you got to pay them back every single month at a good interest rate because the house was already had a title. So now what ends up happening is you go and you get a loan from the bank. They tell you got to pay X amount every single month, but it's not a lot. It's never a lot because you have the house paid off already. You don't have to pay a lot of different things like insurances and stuff like that. And you get a nice interest rate. So you go and you tell them, okay, well, I gotta pay you how much? And it's usually like less than 1,500 easily. I'm talking way easily, way less than that. But let's just, for simple numbers, 1,500. Meanwhile, the house rents out one floor for 1,500. The second floor, same thing. Your profit is 1,500 or so, right? That's if you're being very optimistic. Then the attic and basement, if they're freed up, you could also rent it out. It's not hard. You could also rent it out. You could also fix it up so that you could get more money if you wanted to, more equity, and that's that. But then what you end up doing is you keep repeating, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I personally, I would love to do that. And like I said, I know the people that do that here, and they live comfortably. They don't work, but they also have like a store for like phones and stuff. I don't know about that, but I know that I want to do real estate and I want to do stock market. I know that I want to invest in DR, where I have a piece of land already. So if I even get 50,000 and I build what I want to build, which is so minimalist, but it's also like very elegant, it's over with. I don't have to necessarily work. And the beauty of DR, by the way, is that you could actually get over there and build what you're gonna build. And I kid you not, like you build what you're gonna build, and when the kids are out on vacation for those 2 3 months, you're over there. If if you want your freedom to feel like actual freedom, when the lease is up, you go down there and you stay 3 months. Obviously, you have to have a good amount of money that you have saved up, which you're not really technically gonna use. But think about it. You could live good. You could eat good every single day. You could go to the beach every single day. You could work out every single day. In those 3 months, you'll be rejuvenated. If your lease is up and you get your 5K back or whatever it is that you get back, so that when you go back to America, you have a down payment. What you do is, when the lease is up, you're already in DR in your house, where you don't have to pay nobody. As long as everything is correct, everything's good, then you could work out every day. You could go get some sun every single day. You could go to the beach. You could go explore. You could detox from all the social media, or you could flex on it, whatever. You could launch your YouTube. You could learn a trade like stocks, which is highly recommended, man. You could learn so much. You could do so much. So, so my whole thing is like, there's so much you could do, man. And that's my plan, though. I plan on doing just that. I plan on just learning a lot while I'm down there, doing stock, waking up, doing stocks, win or lose, go to the beach, work out, getting some sun, detox from all these preservatives that we're eating every single day. Um, get stronger, just come like shredded almost, because a lot of people over there, they work out a lot. So what I would do is I would get a trainer, probably somebody down there, and I'll tell them, look, like I'll pay you. How much is it that I gotta pay you? They'll never know how much I make. I'll never invite them to the house, no matter what. But I'll tell them, like, look, like come through, and I mean, come through the gym, whatever, and work out with me so that I could train, whatever, and hopefully, that goes well, and I take some time. I have 2 kids now, and I have nephews and nieces and stuff that I got to take care of as well. So it's not the easiest thing, but when I have this done and ready, I'm gonna make sure that they're taken care of too, because I'm not forgetting about them. Um, there's some money coming to me, over 1 million pesos, which is essentially $16,000 or so, if not more. Um, should be two if anything, but I'm just saying one. So everything's going pretty well. I lost a lot of money this past week, this actual week right now, but I gained a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, and I couldn't be happier, man. I thank God, literally. After I made the last payment, I thank God, and I paid more than 2,000. I paid over 3,000 and change, but that was because I had to pay the rent still, and today's like the 14th, I think. So I had to pay the rent, so I paid that as well. But life is good, man. Hit me up if you made it this far. Hit me up, and I'll make sure to take care of you. At least if you got to this level, this late, then I'll take care of you with, I guess, mostly anything, whatever. As long as you're a good listener and you're writing it down, I'll take care of you. I'll do the house, the BRRR method. That's what it's called. for you guys to look it up. But if you want more knowledge on it and how to go about it, let me know. If you need the company that will give you the loan, the hard money lender, let me know. I'll give you all of that if you stayed up until this late. Anyways, guys, catch you guys on the next one. Peace.